to Supernatural fandom. Now, in this previous year, I embarked on the journey of finally attempting to do TV show reviews per episode, and I did it of Shadowhunters, and my favorite show that is on the air would be Supernatural. So the new season started, and I was like, let's give this a shot. See how this goes for us. I gotta say, out of all the seasons, this is one I'm really looking forward to because I'm hoping that the trio becomes 4 and that Mary stays around. Okay, the beginning. It starts off like milliseconds after where we ended in season 11, okay? Dean is right in front of his mom, just staring at her. She's still in her night robe from the night she got burned. And, so he's kind of freaking out. Let's talk about, there were so many moments which is emotional. The first one is like 0.5 seconds into the show when he's like, Mom? And he says it with just his voice and his hand is reaching out. Let's talk about some Mary Winchester. This chick is a badass, okay? I know she got training from her grandparents to be a hunter, so say or whatever, but Dean doesn't even touch her, and she twists his arm around and knocks him on the ground, and yes, oh, the Winchester blood, it's coming out and all. This is a backstory. I don't remember if I'm assuming we did, because Dean knows the story of how Mary met John outside a movie theater. He was a Marine, their first date, etc., and it was... Let's go down memory lane for a second. When Winchesters deal with memory lane, it's not in a good way. Dean even mentions, now I want the truth to come out about John. John was, abusive towards Dean and neglective towards him, I would like to believe. Probably neglective towards Sam, too, because I don't think you should leave like a 10-year-old in a hotel room alone. And, I eventually, not now, way down the line, but I want the truth to come out about John. Dean said he had, quote, sacrificed himself, that's how he was still alive, and then Mary's like, oh, that sounds like him now. So it's like, okay, but there's another side. Okay, we have this scene where Castiel was crawling out of the ground, and I was so confused. There's like this truck driver, and he's seeing Castiel crawl out of the ground, and I didn't even remember he had gotten like blown away from the bunker. I was just like, why the F is he crawling out of the ground? Okay, we find out that Sam has indeed been shot because we heard the gun go off at the end of last season. But he was only shot in the leg. It's nothing fatal or anything. But they show up at a vet's house to get treatment, painkillers, something like that, so they can, remove the bullet before torturing him. And it is always better, to remove a bullet from a victim before you torture them with other physical pain. That would be the best option, At one point, I was like, wait a minute, you just solder him, and you're planning on torturing him. And we all know they're planning on torturing him, so you're gonna bandage him up before you torture him? What? There's a blonde woman, I don't remember her name, she might have said it last year. She's from the British Men of Letters, and a brunette woman comes to join her, and the blonde wants all this information that Dean, or Sam, probably Sam, has collected through the years about demons and all the other things. We saw this is something I found interesting. Demons are going around and they're cleaning up bodies of the vessels that Lucifer has been leaving. It just dawned on me that, oh yeah, he's still around. And I was like, oh, I thought Lucy just went away. No, he's still around, Satan on the loose. It's not that big of a deal for Supernatural at this point. Wait till they explain that to Mary.
Hey, Mom, yeah, we were both inhibited by Lucifer. We consented to this.
But demons are going around, even though it does catch the police's eye, that demons are going around and cleaning up the dead body vessels. There's still the tension between Crowley, his demons, and Lucifer. Lucifer is supposedly weakened now that he doesn't have a proper vessel and he just keeps burning through them. And everybody they all came out off as a badass this season. We have some, 5 fight scenes in the first episode. It's gonna be good, guys. I like how Crowley handles his demons by killing them. yeah, let's do that. Crowley is, I want to see what Crowley does with his demons. There's gonna eventually have to be a ruler, and there's Lucifer on the loose. So Lucy's on the loose. So we could try to do something with that. Okay, now Sam's still being tortured here. Okay, not in the best of shape. He's being physically tortured at this point, and it dawned on me, he kind of was acting almost like he had when he had been soulless a couple thousand seasons ago. Really cold, really sarcastic, and I was like, what? And then it dawned on me that he didn't know that Dean was still alive because, those things haven't been figured out yet. And so he's really sarcastic. He keeps repeating, screw you, and then there's this one, the best line was, I've been tortured by the devil himself. What can you really do to me? And I was, yes, it was just pure sass of the Winchester. The blonde woman of the Men of Letters from Britain is like, yes, we've been watching you and Dean since the apocalypse. But conveniently, we've never intervened. I don't know why there's some tension between the Men of Letters, so say, of the opposite countries. That I don't know if there's a reason there should be, or she's just being a bitchy blonde. But, why would you not intervene? She knew the world was ending, 4 times and she never did anything. Keep in mind, I do remember in the finale of last season that she's like, oh, they took out the sun? You do that on a casual basis of everyday life. You do take out the sun. My favorite part, I'm guilty pleasure here, is Dean and his mother. They're going back to the bunker and they hear, noise. And so Dean goes to investigate, but Mary got a gun. That should be the new song. It's not Jane, it's Mary got a gun. And so, her being the badass that she is, pulls the gun on Castiel and almost shoots him. Okay, I guess that's not the best way to make an impression. She kicked Dean's ass and then Castiel, hey Sam, how you feeling? And, so, what's the scene? And then Dean runs in, and he's like, no, it's okay, he's a friend. And they have this really long, Cass just, throws himself in Dean's arms, and they had this really long bear hug, and Dean's, trying to play off, oh, okay. And the look that Mary gives to Dean when she sees this hug. Literally 10 minutes after I watched the episode, my Instagram was flooded with those pictures or GIFs or whatever that look. What are you trying to do to adjust the producers? What are you trying to do? Okay, you gotta make Mary sip Destiel as well, because sign me up for that. A few seconds later, when they can't find Sam, that's kind of determined. There's blood, there's lighting, whatever Sybil was used to blow angels away, and they even poke fun. I definitely want more of this. When Mary sees a laptop, and she's like, is that computer? And then Dean hacks the traffic cams to get the license plate of the supposed car. I gotta say, for this top perfect British Men of Letter woman, okay, were you stupid enough to run a red light? Are you? Really? Really? That's how you're gonna get caught? I love when Dean, he's like, oh, I just hacked the traffic cameras, it's nothing. And Mary's just like, what the hell is this? And there's even scenes with Dean and Cass kind of looking like boyfriend material, with Mary sitting across them, and Mary's looking around at phones and stuff. Please give me 15 minutes per episode of Mary being confused with an iPhone or something, because that would be so fun. Okay, they find the traffic plate on that car that ran the red light, and they track it to the original driver. There's 5 people they track it to. And they make plans to go to him. And they walk out into the Impala. If that was going to be the scene that made me cry, I never would have guessed that. But Mary just stops. She's like, it's this is Sean's car. And Dean's like, oh yeah, it was, whatever. And she's just like, all this nostalgia hits you. And I remember when we watched the episode of how they even acquired the Impala. And she calls the car sweetheart, like Dean calls it baby. And it's just like, oh, it was... At first it was really emotional because she's leaning through the window on one side and Dean on the other. And she kind of looks at the back seat and she just has this smirk on her face like she's remembering every single thing about this car. And Dean is just scared. He just looks scared, okay? The only thing going in my mind was, oh, Mary, if you knew what you, Dean, and now Sam have in common, y'all can make a good family bond and discussing over it. That's... How was the back of that Impala? Okay, now this part really perked my interest. The blonde woman, whose name I don't know, British letter, men of letter, chick, her, yeah. She mentions the Britain way of security with demons and monsters and stuff. And she says there hasn't been a hunt since 1977 or something like that because they established a security system where they can immediately detect monsters, like when they show up just on the land. And within like 5 minutes, they've captured them and killed them. And, okay, now, see, part of me is like, okay, is there a reason America can't have this? Is it just something that won't work? If we do install it, you can't really install it because saving people hunting things is kind of the most important line ever. You can't hunt if they just immediately alert you that there's monsters, okay? And I just wanted to know how it works. He says it senses when monsters are like, how, okay? Give me all the scientific databases, how this works, go into more details. I don't want them to introduce, I mean, I do, like, it would be, like, so great to attract monsters like that, but I can't have them introduce them because they just run the hunting plot line. So just give us a reason why America can't have this system, or give it a way that the system is flawed so the British woman has to go back to hunting. So next method of torture for Sammy is a blowtorch. Oh, I really hate burns. Like, I'm fine with any other medical issue. I just really hate burns, and they really irk me. And when I see pictures of them, and she like carves like 4 lines into a split with a blowtorch. Ah, God, I did not want to see this. I mean, I know it's torture, but make it less morbid of torture. So after the whole driver scenario, and let's just say Castiel makes a great impression on Mary because they get there, he's like, you're the driver, and the driver's like, I don't know what you're talking about, and Castiel like slams him down. I think he headbutts him like twice, and Mary's just in the back with Dean, and she's like, that's an angel? That is? I just see all the humor in the Winchesters and Mary. Is this brunette woman introduced, and I have no idea her name. I have no idea why she's there other than to, I guess, help the other woman. There's this brief mention that the blonde woman had called this one guy or something, and the blonde woman's like, I don't want to be near this psychopath. So what the hell is up with that? Let's go into some detail there, because I'd like to know who this other guy is and why he's a psychopath. And little blonde chick is just pissing me off. This whole entire episode, she's just like, just her attitude. I know she's like the bad person because she kidnapped Sam, etc. But like she just seems bitchy and whiny and over entitled. And oh, the British, we have this perfect system. And the new method this brunette woman comes up with, and the blonde agrees, is to inject Sam with, is it serum or something? Causes hallucinations to break his mind because his body won't be broken. Right, now we've all seen Sam repeatedly survive hallucinations, so even at this point I'm like, nah, it's not that big of a deal. I tracked the vet guy, Dean and Cass, Mary, they're at the trio, the new trio, and at first they're like, you have to help, and they're like, we shouldn't just hurt him, and then Dean's like, no, just see if he's gonna say something first, and the vet's like, he's paid me money, and I'm not gonna talk. And he'll have no feeling like a woman trying to find her child because Mary's like, go ahead and hurt them. Mary is, I actually had this mild fear that Mary would be this overprotective mother that just, why are you hunting, why are you risking lives, stay inside, blah, 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 blah. And especially since she does not know her children. But she's the complete opposite, and I don't know if she's the best yet, but she's just so kick-ass, and she's a female, and maybe we can finally have a permanent female guest. Please, I want some kick-ass female in here. They're just, she's very driven. And then the vet screws up the whole plan of talking to the woman, blonde woman, and Dean grabs his phone. And series of long threats, if you hurt Sam, I will tear you into pieces, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you, Angry Mary, Angry Dean, great duo. Kind of scary. Really scary. You know, they're both protective over Sam, especially Mary. She doesn't know Sam at all. Sam was an infant. Just the protectiveness, the motherness I could feel coming from her to Dean and to Sam, even though he wasn't there, and she's just a pure hunter. Dean goes into this long argument, well, not argument, more threats to the blonde woman, and at the end he gets so angry when she hangs up, and of course they weren't tracking the phone when they were calling. How did the police do it when they're calling on the phone? They can track them or something? I don't know. They're driving back to the bunker, and the brunette woman, she crashes into the Impala. You know it's a good season when baby's broken in 45 minutes. And, she is just the whole fight scene. At first it irked me because she has these, I don't know what they were they like braids or something, behind her back, and she's standing there all innocently, and I'm like, come on, Dean. Do you not see there's something behind her back? And she is, fortunately, there's badass fighter. Normally I'm like, yeah, female power, but she's the enemy, and she's kicking Dean and Cass's asses. Wow, I'm not repeating that sentence ever again. And Cass tries to stab her with the angel blade. That doesn't work. He tries to make her pass out. That doesn't work. Dean is just, you know, he has this moment of victory where he gets in a headlock and then she gets out of it. And the fair one is between Dean and her, you know. Cass is just kind of getting beat up. Even though he's fighting. The whole fight scene, that was my favorite fight scene this episode. Because, like, badass. Mary was knocked unconscious in the class, and then somehow this brunette woman sneakily grabs Dean's gun out of his back pocket with this badass vibe from her, and she points it at him, and I knew this was going to happen. Mary gains consciousness again and stabs her with the angel blade that Castiel had dropped. And a few scenes later, you know, obviously a mother does anything for her child, but, like, killing is one thing, and I don't think Mary ever had to kill, or even if she did, it was like a monster or something. It was never just like another human, and she has blood on her hands still, or something like that, and yeah, I can see future PSTD building for this, and she has this huge hesitation now, like, I didn't want this for you. And one of my favorite parts was Dean was sitting there explaining that he knew that she didn't want it for him, but, like, him and Sam were content with this life. And we've never heard that before in Supernatural. It's always been like, keep going, do you want to find somebody, settle down, or something like that. But Dean is content with it, and I've wanted to hear that for so long, because, like, I just want acceptance. I think Sam is a lot more of the settle down type, but Dean is just how he's, you know, happy with the simplicity of hunting simple things. Obviously not the apocalypse of, like, 3, 4, or what number of end of the world are we on now. But it's just, I just love that moment so much, because I'm like, this is the family. They are hunters whether they deny it or not, and they're finally accepting it and content with it. It's just, yeah. It just brought me so much happiness, and I want Mary to see that they're okay, you know. They haven't found love in their lives or anything. They don't have kids, and they're not married, but they have each other, and they're a badass team, and it's just, I just wanted to see the beauty that is all Supernatural. Go back to Sam's torturing. the hallucinations are kicking in. At first, he has flashbacks of people he sees dies. That's Dean and Kevin. There might have been a few others. And at first, it's like, this is kind of probably nothing for him. Then the side-blinging starts, and his hands are over his head. He sees Jess briefly. He hears talking. And part of the time, it was Dean's voice telling him you've failed, etc. And I was just like, because I hate hearing that of Dean, even if it's not Dean. I was just, okay, stop torturing Sam, making him feeling like the family failure. And the beautiful plot twist, the absolute beautiful plot twist in here, I didn't even see this coming. He punches a mirror, grabs a sword of glass, and pretends to cut his own throat. And at first I'm like, what the F? Like, what? And you don't see Sam as a suicidal type, and I wasn't thinking that he had died, but I was like, what? And the blonde woman, I can say now, he tricked her so that she came downstairs, and the second she did, he strangled her and knocked her unconscious, and so he could escape. The part that drove me crazy was the end. Because, excuse me, Mr. Sam Winchester, in your entire life of hunting, do you not know that people can regain consciousness quickly after being strangled? Like, he didn't even, I know he doesn't want to kill her or anything, but he didn't even keep his hands there after she went unconscious. He just let go almost immediately, cueing a faster response for her to wake up. Nothing. If you don't want to hurt her, okay, you are surrounded by a torture chamber with a chair with chains. Can you tie her up? Why couldn't he just shackle like one of her ankles to the chair or something like that? So she regains consciousness, and there's this big dramatic fight. He grabs her ankle up the stairs, she socks him or something, grabs her ankle again, they fight like 2 or 3 times, Sam eventually loses, and she gets back up there and locks the door, and he kind of lets out this painful scream of no. I'm eventually feeling that his sarcastic, cold side is kind of melting down, and I don't want to see him break at all, but I'm feeling the torture is getting to him. And the preview for next week. Okay, one thing I'm absolutely dying to see is Mary and Sam's reunion. I can't even describe in words like how much to the magnitude that I think it'll be, or the emotions, or anything like that. And Sam never met Mary. Like, yeah, because they went back in time, blah, blah, blah. He never met her as when she was his mother, obviously meeting her when she was 20 versus 40, whatever, is different. And I just want her to mother him. I want Sam to have a mother. And I know the whole bringing Mary back was kind of Dean's reward, but for me it's more of Sam's. Because Sam never knew Mary. Dean briefly did. And I just want that reunion so bad. I really hope we get it in like the next 2 episodes. And by the preview, Crowley is back more in action. Rwanda's back. Missed her, gotta say. Find out Sam's in Wisconsin, is it? And they're going to get him. I want to see when Dean finally rescues him. Dean and Sam reunion. Sam and Mary. Everybody's just freaking reunion. Because that one scene. Can you imagine? When the 3 Winchesters are reunited? I can't. I don't even. I'll probably end up crying for like 20 minutes. I'm anyways thinking of watching this really long, hopefully good detailed review of season 12's premiere of Supernatural. I really like this episode. This was a really good starter. There's a lot of open doors we need to close that I can see in this plot. And the new character in Mary is just, so excited, because this is a new character that I can see staying. And so excited. There's so much emotions built into it and plot twists. It's just, so really good first episode. I really liked the mediocre balancing with the climax and just getting Sam back and all of that. So I really liked it. And anyways, I'll see you next week. Bye!